You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. He was an emperor of the greatest empire the world had ever known. The Meditations of Marcus Aurelius is not a treatise, not a speech, not even a book he intended to publish. It's a collection of personal reminders, private notes from a man trying desperately to live a good life in a broken world, a journal of the soul. And in that raw honesty, it becomes a mirror for ours. This is not the voice of an untouchable emperor. This is the voice of a man struggling to stay sane in the chaos of power, loss, war, and decay, and somehow remain good. Marcus begins where every wise man ought to, with gratitude. He thanks those who taught him, his grandfather for teaching him patience, his mother for showing him humility and simplicity, his teachers for instilling in him the love of philosophy. He speaks not of riches or triumphs, but of character and virtue, of those who taught him not what to have, but how to be. It's easy to overlook, but this section reveals the essence of his philosophy. We are shaped by those we admire, and virtue begins with recognition of others, of ourselves, and of what truly matters. Early on, Marcus returns again and again to one central Stoic truth. There are things within your control and things outside it. Peace, he tells himself, comes only from knowing the difference. You cannot stop the winds of fate. You cannot dictate what people will say, do, think, or believe, but you can always choose your response, your judgment, your inner state. If you are distressed by anything external, he writes, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. He urges himself to focus inward, to master his own soul, to remain unmoved by insults, applause, or misfortune, not by withdrawing from life, but by walking into it with a steady mind. The outside world is chaos, but the mind, the disciplined mind, is a citadel, death, a constant teacher. Marcus speaks of death with an eerie calm, not morbidly, but with reverence and clarity. Death to him is not a curse. It is nature. It is just. It is a reminder. Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good. In nearly every book of meditations, death returns like a tide, but not to scare, to awaken. He tells himself, you are dust, you are a breath, a heartbeat. All your titles, riches, grudges, and worries will vanish. You will be food for worms, forgotten like those who came before you. So live. Now, live rightly. Let go of vanity, because no one will remember it. Let go of ambition, because even the greatest emperors are buried in the same earth as beggars. Let go of fear, because it is wasted energy against something inevitable. To Marcus, death is the ultimate Stoic teacher. It levels everything and demands that you look inward and ask, am I living in harmony with nature? Am I being just, wise, courageous, and moderate? Today, virtue is the only good. If Marcus returns to one idea more than any other, it is this. Virtue is the only good. Everything else, wealth, health, fame, pleasure, even life itself, is secondary. He speaks to himself sternly like a soldier preparing for war. Just that you do the right thing, the rest doesn't matter. Not what they say, not what they do, not whether you succeed or fail, not whether the crowd cheers or mocks. Just do the right thing, and you will be in harmony with the universe. Virtue to the Stoics isn't about perfection. It's about integrity, doing your duty, speaking truth, helping others, enduring pain without complaint, forgiving wrongs without bitterness. Over and over, Marcus reminds himself, don't be selfish, don't be dishonest, don't be ruled by desire or fear. Do your job, however humble, as if the fate of the world depended on it, because in a way, it does. The gods, the cosmos, and nature. Though emperor of a worldly empire, Marcus often sounds like a priest of the stars. He speaks of the universe as an ordered whole, guided by divine reason, the Logos. Whether you call it God, nature, or the universe, he believes it is rational and benevolent. Even when it hurts us, it is not punishing us. It is guiding us. He marvels at the seasons, the cycles of life, the rise and fall of empires, the decay of the body, and sees all of it as part of a vast, more intricate pattern. To rebel against nature, he says, is to rebel against yourself. For you are nature. Everything that happens is either endurable or not. If it's endurable, then endure it. If it's not, then stop complaining. Your destruction will mean its end as well. This is the Stoic worldview in full, Trust the order of the universe. You are a piece of it. Accept your fate not passively, but nobly, like a grape that ripens and falls, ready to become wine. Anger, pain, and resentment. Marcus struggled deeply with anger. He speaks of it constantly, not with pride, but as a man battling an inner fire. He reminds himself, no one does wrong on purpose. If people hurt you, it is because they are ignorant. Like a child breaking a vase, like a dog biting out of fear. When you wake up in the morning, he writes, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. They are like this because they do not know the difference between good and evil. But you, he says to himself, do know. So you have no excuse to respond with cruelty, impatience, or hate. Pain, too, is a trial, but not a curse. It is nature's way of testing your soul. If your leg hurts, let it hurt, but let your mind stay clear. If your fortune fails, let it go, but don't become bitter. You cannot control what happens, but you can always control how you interpret it. The self, temporary and transparent. There is no ego in meditations, no boast, no pride. Marcus returns constantly to the idea that the self, this body, this identity, this emperor, is an illusion. He calls his body a little pile of bones and blood. He reminds himself that the ego is a puppet of flesh pulled by strings of desire and fear. The only true self is the soul, and even that is not yours. It is borrowed. He often imagines himself from above, as if looking down from a bird's eye view. There he is, Marcus, tiny on a tiny planet, surrounded by other tiny beings, scurrying for power and praise. It sounds bleak, but it's not. It's liberating. Because if the self is temporary, then pain is temporary, failure is temporary, and so is success. Let go of your name, your past, your pride, and what remains is something lighter, freer, a soul flowing with the rhythm of the cosmos. Duty in the present moment. Time and again, Marcus reminds himself of one thing. Your duty is now, not yesterday, not tomorrow, now. He writes as if trying to push through the fog of fatigue, regret, and distraction. Concentrate every minute like a Roman, like a man, on doing what's in front of you with precise and genuine seriousness. Forget everything else. No multitasking, no grand fantasies. Just this task, this duty, this moment, and then the next. He speaks of the carpenter who builds each beam with care, the soldier who sharpens each blade, the emperor who rules each hour with justice. This is what makes a good life, he says. Not some grand design, but a chain of good moments, linked by attention, duty, and virtue. People, your brothers and sisters. Though Marcus ruled armies and courts, he never speaks of superiority. He sees all humans as equal parts of a larger whole, like limbs on one body. He reminds himself, you are not above others. You are one of them. They are selfish because you are selfish. They are flawed because you are too. Be patient, be kind, forgive. When another blames you or hates you, or people voice similar criticisms, go to their souls, penetrate inside and see what sort of people they are. You will realize there is no need to be racked with anxiety that they hold any particular opinion about you. People are struggling, just like you. Don't add to the weight of the world. Lend your hand. The final word, live according to nature. Marcus ends where he begins, by calling himself back to his higher nature. You are a rational being, so live rationally. You are a part of nature, so live in harmony with it. You are mortal, so live as if each day were your last. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. These were the words Marcus wrote to himself in the dead of night, as the Roman world fell around him, as disease, war, and treachery eroded the empire. He did not complain. He did not despair. He wrote, he reflected, he stayed awake, not in anxiety, but in awareness. Why it still matters. Nearly 2,000 years later, Meditations remains a lighthouse in the storm. Not because Marcus had all the answers, but because he had the courage to face the questions with calm, with honesty, with humility. In a world chasing fame, he sought wisdom. In a world chasing pleasure, he sought virtue. In a world consumed by ego, he wrote, soon you will have forgotten the world. Soon the world will have forgotten you. Yet here he is, whispering across time. You have everything you need. You are part of something vast. You are not in control of the world, but you are in control of your soul. So act well, speak truth, help others, and when your time comes, leave as if you were dropping a ripe fruit from the tree, without bitterness, without fear, in peace.